Hey folks, welcome to this week's edition of Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain, and we got a really exciting show this week. You can reach us through Facebook at Wild Kentucky Live. You can go on there, ask any questions. A very interactive show. Can't wait to hear some of your questions, and we'll try to answer them here on TV. Now, our first guest tonight, we got Eddie from Gun World. Eddie, thanks for coming in, buddy.
Thank you, Tom, for having me.
Now, Eddie, you've been in the archery business a long time, and Gun World is synonymous with really good guys over there that know everything about archery, firearms, shotguns, accessories. Y'all have an indoor range. You've got the whole show over there. Now, I've known you for a little while now. We've done some hunting together. When me and my family were shooting 3D archery, you were the only one that touched our 3D bows. There was nobody else around we'd ever let touch our bow than you, including now our hunting bows. Now, what is your exact role over at Gun World?
Man, Tom, I wear a lot of hats. Sometimes I can be sweeping the floors, ordering product, taking care of brush fires that customers have.
Right.
Several issues.
But your main title is what?
Archery manager.
Okay. An archery manager means what? You just kind of do everything, make sure all the orders are there for the whole archery department. And for folks that have not been over to Gun World, their archery department is amazing. Y'all have every make and model of every bow just about, crossbows, tons of accessories, and y'all even shoot little leagues over there too, don't you?
Yeah, we do some indoor tournaments, 3D and whatnot. It starts from December and goes till May. Usually it kind of fizzles out when things are getting nice outside. Right.
People getting geared up for turkey season, so they stop shooting the indoor 3Ds. Now, what kind of bows do y'all carry over there? I know y'all got a ton of brands.
Carry Hoyt, Elite, PSE, Matthews. We can get some of the Bears. Obsession's a big company that's up and coming.
Now, how's the sales for the Obsession bows?
Obsession the demand is a lot higher than the supply right now, and that's because they're such a small company.
So they're not outputting what the bows are being ordered for?
No, and I often wonder if that's part of the reason that the demand is so high, because they're so hard to get a hold of.
Now, on top of the bows, if they purchase a bow from you, not only can they get the bow there, but they can get all their accessories. You carry a full line of sights and arrows.
Yeah, we set the bow up A to Z. I mean, we fit it to the customer, draw length, peep height, if they want a kisser button. We even go as far as paper tuning it, getting the arrow selection that they need that is going to help them perform the best it can. And also, we even, if they want it, help sight it in.
Yeah, I know you've, when I took my daughter over there and you ordered her a new Hoyt bow, you helped her, you put everything together for her, you set it up for her, you got her shooting it right. And
custom strings.
You do a lot of custom strings. Now,
yeah.
You made her custom strings because she couldn't get the color she wanted.
Yeah, now, I did a ton of them.
You can make any color or for any bow?
Any color, any make bows. I do crossbows, compound bows. I even do some custom work on putting different cans on different bows. Sometimes the limb deflection causes an issue. Sometimes it takes a couple tries before you get it right.
Now, as far as these bows now, I mean, these bows they're all good piece of machines now. They're all pretty competitive on IBO speeds, draw length. A lot of them have now adjustable draw lengths.
Adjustable let-offs.
Exactly. Now, do y'all carry youth bows too?
We do. We carry youth bows. I tell you, that industry has really grown. I mean, now you can buy a bow. The kid could be 6 years old, only can pull 19 pounds, got a 19-inch draw, and that bow will fit them all the way up until their 30-inch draw, 70 pounds. It has that much range.
Now, I know, like, the NAS program here in Kentucky has really grown crazy. And I know it has over in Indiana, too, and you being in Cord, and are y'all seeing a lot of NAS kids come in for the Genesis bows? Kentucky
being the number 6 state that was strong in the NAS program.
Right.
I mean, we set up NAS bows since the beginning. And we even help give the kids a little extra coaching if they're not getting it from where their team is.
Now, that's really good because we all know that the youth is our future in the hunting industry. And the whole NAS program was started here in Kentucky, and it's to break kids in on the aspects of shooting in a bow. And then hopefully they transition into a hunter and buying hunting license and, supporting Fish and Wildlife departments all over the country, not just Kentucky, but nationwide. Now, if a new person comes in and says, hey, Eddie, I've never hunted before, first of all, can they hunt your deer stand?
Well, that's kind of tough sometimes.
Okay. But if they come in and say, I've never hunted before, I've seen this episode, and I really want to learn how to hunt, what would you set them up with as a beginner hunter? Something that's economical that they can afford, because you know archery can get into a lot of money.
Yeah. The first thing that I would do is check their draw length, see what kind of poundage they can pull. We have several used bows that we have in stock because we take so many trade-ins.
Right.
And then we also got the Mission Height that's a good adolescent bow from probably 12 years old and up. And then also, if they're an adult, we've had some adults get the craze. The Hype would also be an awesome bow for that.
Now, the females also can use that same bow as a youth because typically the draw lengths are about the same for a youth as they are a female, and the draw weights are usually pretty comparable. Is that right?
The draw lengths, usually the average woman's a 24 and a half, 25-inch draw. The average poundage is usually about 40. Some are less, some are more. Some get up around 60.
Right.
And it just depends on the build of the lady. I mean, I've seen some women not be able to pull up about 26 pounds.
But over at Gun World, y'all can accommodate
Oh, yeah.
everybody.
We can accommodate everybody.
And now you also carry crossbows. I know my dad came over to you all. He had got a 10-point crossbow,
Yeah.
and he come over and had you install a cocker on it,
Yeah, the crank.
the crank on it. So you y'all carry crossbow and all the accessories
Yeah,
also?
we carry a wide selection of crossbows. Killer Instinct, Barnett, 10-point, few that I can't think of right now, Horton and whatnot. Mission,
Right.
the
Barnett's.
Mission crossbows are huge. The best thing about the crossbows is some offer a lifetime warranty, some don't.
Right.
Parker's a big one that we carry that offers a lifetime warranty. Mission, Striker.
Now, not only can they get just the bow and accessories, but y'all carry firearms.
Yeah,
You got a big selection of firearms.
huge selection of firearms, tactical and hunting.
Now, y'all carry shotguns, rifles, ARs,
Handguns.
and
yeah.
all the ammunition that goes with it.
We also have a gunsmith that's full-time there too,
Oh, so they can get custom work done while they're there.
custom work.
Well, I tell you what, Eddie, we're going to take a break real quick. When we come back, we're going to talk about you being sponsored by Matthews, your IBO experiences, and your ASA tournament experiences, and we're going to let the folks at home know how they can get involved in that if they want to shoot 3Ds.
That
So
sounds
stay
good.
tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. We got our guest here, Eddie from Gun World. Now, Eddie, we talked about everything y'all carried in the shop as far as archery accessories, your indoor range, your 3D tournaments you have indoor, your firearm setup. Now, you're a big bow fisherman, and you brought with you this pretty bow fishing rig,
Yeah, it's Hillbilly Crack.
Hillbilly Crack. Is
Yeah,
that the
it
name
is.
of it?
No, that's addictive.
Oh, is
bow
that what it
fishing.
is?
Yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit about this rig right here.
All right, it's got a Muzzy XD Pro reel. It's a new reel that Muzzy brought out for bow fishing. Comes with a 200-pound line, braided. Shooting a Muzzy Alcatraz arrow and their 3-barb Alcatraz point. I also got a coyote light on there I hunt coyotes with, so it's a pretty tight beam. I'd also suggest getting something a little bit designed for bow fishing.
Now, this rig right here, I'm sure this is one of the top of the line ones with you being at Gun World, and you do a lot of bow fishing. For the person that's just wanting to get into bow fishing, can they get a very inexpensive setup?
Oh yeah, you can find anything from a recurve to something that looks like you wouldn't give your kids to bow fish
That
with.
make great bow fishing bows.
Yeah.
I seen a guy one time using a NAS bow
Oh yeah, it works.
to bow fish with.
Yeah, it works. The NAS are pretty popular. They got one that's called a Gen X they just brought out. Goes up to 45 pounds.
Okay.
Kind of like the Fish Hawk. They all do very good jobs. I lost one that looked something like that in the Barkley Dam.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Now, you brought another rig with you, too. You brought your hunting setup.
Yep. It's a new bow that Matthews brought out last year. It's more of a. It started out as a woman's bow. It's Matthews SDX, but
Is that why you shoot it?
yep, that's
Okay.
exactly why I shoot it, because people hate when they get beat by girls.
By a girl, right.
So when the dude's shooting a girl's bow, it makes it worse. This year, 2015, they started letting it be released in 70 pounds. So
Okay.
70 pounds is 30 and a half inches axle on 28 and a half inches at bow shot 328.
And that's fast, and there's not many deer that's going to duck that.
No, it's smoking fast. And I mean, the arrow I shoot out of it weighs 430 grains. It shoots roughly 300 feet a second.
Now, what arrow are you shooting out of this bow for deer hunting?
I'm shooting that Black Eagle Renegade right there.
Yeah, folks, for y'all who don't know, if you've never shot a Black Eagle brand arrow, they're also a sponsor of our show, Lights Out Outdoors TV, and we're proud to have them on board. And we're actually going to have the owner, Randy, call in next week to talk about these arrows. But we've been using these arrows for 3 years now, and I've used everything from Carbon Express, Beemans, Eastons, and all of them, and I've not found one tournament-wise or hunting-wise that held up to what the Black Eagles do.
They're an awesome arrow. I mean, there's so many arrows out there right now. It's kind of crazy. I mean, at Gun World, we just carry the top major brands. We carry the Easton, Carbon Express, of course, Beeman and Easton are the same company.
Right.
Gold Tip and Black Eagle.
Right. Now, before we went to break, we told the folks at home we were going to talk about a little bit of 3D.
Yeah.
Now, you're sponsored by Matthews.
Yep.
You're on their factory staff.
Yes, sir.
What exactly does that mean for people who don't know that they see that, and most people think you're a pro. I know you, so I know you're not a pro.
Yeah.
I've seen you shoot.
Yeah, we won that tournament at your house together.
We did win that tournament at our house together. We did do that. But, you know, people at home think pro means professional.
Well, I mean, pro staff is often perceived as professional.
Right.
But you're in the industry, you know as well as I do. It's just someone that stands out in the community that a company wants to promote their product.
And that's, well, you know, that's how we get a lot of our great sponsors for our TV show is through the promotion of that product.
Yeah.
The folks I'm going to have on next, or in a couple minutes here, will be, you know, Rack Vantage, and they're a great sponsor of ours, and we promote the fire out of them because their product works, just like you do Matthews.
Yes.
So you
we have several pro staff people for Gun World.
Oh, do you?
Throughout the community that they shoot, you know, bows that we carry, arrows we carry.
Right, and shoot local tournaments or
local tournaments and national tournaments. We shoot a lot of national tournaments.
Now, being on the factory staff with Matthews, are you required to shoot so many IBO and ASA tournaments?
I haven't been in the past. They've never mentioned that as a requirement. I shoot enough of them that I would surpass the requirement. That wouldn't be an issue.
Right.
But shooting IBO and ASA, you know, both have their ups and downs.
For people that don't know what that is, explain to the folks at home what an ASA or an IBO is.
IBO is International Bow Hunters Organization, and it was founded, I think, around 30 years ago, and it started off as 2D targets and then went to 3D targets.
Right.
You know, I've had a lot of friends that thought you would just buy a target for what you're going to hunt and practice on it, but it's an unknown distance on most of them that you're judging your yardage and you're trying to hit something the size of a silver dollar.
And it's tough, especially when you're reaching out there 45, 50 yards and trying to hit that little ring for the scoring points.
Yeah, you don't know what distance it is.
Exactly, but it's more like real bow hunting.
Yeah.
Until they come out with rangefinders. Now everybody knows the distance.
Yeah, and then the ASA has that, they have those classes.
Yeah.
For the guy that don't feel like they want to judge yardage, practice that.
And you know, they both have different legs. Like I know IBO does an Indiana tournament. They have an Erie, PA tournament. Is that right? Pennsylvania.
Yeah. This coming up here, it's going to be mixed all around. They moved them. They got one at Monroe Reservoir, one in West Virginia, and one in Pennsylvania again.
Well, that's good because typically IBO has been more of a northern tournament.
Yeah.
And the ASA has always kind of been more of a southern tournament.
Yeah, they're starting to get more up northern though, because their northern tournaments are the bigger ones.
They are. You know, I know the one they have in London, Kentucky every year is a huge one. That Metropolis, Illinois is a big one.
That one, London had almost 1,800 shooters last year.
And that's impressive. You know, and 3D is a great way to stay in practice for bow hunting.
Oh, it is an awesome way.
Because you're consistently working on your shot, you're working on your release. If you're at in a class that you have to judge distance, you're constantly judging all the time, whether you're practicing or you're at the tournament or if you're in the stand.
The thing I like about it more than anything is you're always helping other people.
Yeah.
And you get the satisfaction of being able to lend a hand.
Absolutely. You know, when you go to these different tournaments, IBO and ASA, it's a great big family.
Yeah.
You know, everybody watches out for everybody else, and, you know, they have all these vendors, and these vendors are willing to help. And I'm going to tell you a quick little story. I think it was in Florida, and I was like shooting 6-up. I was shooting really good. And I drew back and didn't have an arrow, and I dry fired.
Yeah.
And
That don't count though.
it don't count because it didn't have an arrow, but I had to run up to the vendors
Get your string put back
and get
on.
everything put back on. And they didn't charge me anything. They were just glad to help me, run me back out to the range. So, you know, for the folks that want to get into 3D shooting, IBO or ASA is a great way to start. And you can start out by going to your local clubs and shooting the local 3D targets to get warmed up and see if it's something you're interested in. And you could spend anything from $500 to $5,000 on equipment.
Depends on what your flavor is.
Exactly. So, folks, coming up next, we're going to have a really good guest of a foundation that's coming up, Kentucky Buckmasters Deer Foundation. And, Eddie, I appreciate you coming in with me, brother.
Thank you, Tom.
We'll get together, we'll do some hunting this year, and we'll
Slice
shoot
and
something.
dice.
Stay tuned, folks. Hey, guys, welcome back. We got Steve Woods here from the Kentucky Buckmasters Deer Foundation. Steve, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
Tell you what, y'all have got a really good program going on. And for the y'all that don't know, check them out on Facebook. They do a lot of great stuff in the community. They help a lot of people out. Now, Steve, what is the Buckmasters American Deer Foundation?
Buckmasters American Deer Foundation started in 1988 by Jackie Bushman of Buckmasters,
Right.
Through Make-A-Wish Foundation.
And Jackie's known across the world.
Yes,
You know, he's got the longest running TV show going, and, you know, if you don't know Jackie Bushman, you're not a hunter.
Right.
So he got this thing started.
Yes, sir. And through the Make-A-Wish Foundation, it entied off into the Buckmasters American Deer Foundation, which is the longest running charitable organization in the hunting outdoors out there also.
And that's wonderful because y'all do a lot. Y'all help a lot of disabled kids, is that correct?
Disabled, critically ill, veterans, wounded veterans.
And that's wonderful because last week we had some, for my TV show, we had some wounded warriors
Yes, sir.
doing some hunts, and it was very heartwarming and touching to see these guys that had given so much for us to be able to help them out.
Correct.
And, you know, Athens is our bow sponsor. We got together and we gave them 2 new bows, and our sight company gave them sights, and our arrow company gave them arrows. So it was
Correct.
wonderful to see those veterans get back something they deserve.
Correct.
And I know y'all probably feel the same way when y'all are able to help an underprivileged kid that's, you know, sick or critical or a wounded warrior.
Correct.
And what do y'all do with them? Do y'all take them out hunting, or?
We do, BADF has a hunt once a year. It's in various states. I think this year's in Alabama.
Okay.
With David Sullivan of the BADF Life Hunts. And you can go on that website and you can apply. They actually have an application that you can fill out, or they can contact us through our Facebook page also. And if you've never been and you see a critically ill or disabled kid that never thought that they could go out and shoot a monster deer, you know.
It'll bring
and
grown man tears.
It's super medicine. It sure is.
You know, if a grown man can't cry over it, he ain't got much of a soul or heart.
No, sir. No,
You know,
it's emotional.
When you contacted me a few months back about this foundation, and once we got to talking about it, I was immediately just engrossed in what you did and what Jackie Bushman did, because, you know, growing up, I always watched Jackie Bushman. You know, he was my hero growing up, you know, and sometimes in our TV show, we try to mimic Jackie Bushman just because everybody mimics him because what he is and what he's done for the hunting industry. So when you contacted me and said, hey, you know, would you like to be a part of this foundation, I couldn't wait to jump on board and say yes. And
And we're glad you did.
I'm so proud to be a part of this with you all, because I know it's something big and it's going to be a blast. You know, I'm going to bring my dad and my son with me, and, you know, it's just going to be something that we can all get together and have fun. And, you know, it's all hunting related. Now, tell us where this year's benefit's going to be at and what it's for.
It's going to be at Shelby County Fairgrounds, September 19th, this following Saturday. And it's in memory of Kevin Long,
Okay.
one of our committee members. His son was tragically killed while he was in bed asleep, and a truck went through his house.
Oh my goodness.
And that's that's an awful way to go, you
Yeah.
know. And so Kevin was an avid outdoorsman and bow hunter, and so we decided that we were gonna dedicate this year's banquet in his memory.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, that says a lot about your foundation on top of what you're already doing for these kids and these wounded warriors, that you made this foundation about him this year. Now, from what I understand, you've got a really stellar lineup coming up here to be with you all.
Yes, sir. Have Cassie Jo England, Kentucky Huntress.
Yep, Cassie Jo England's actually on my staff. She's been on the show before. She just texted me a few minutes ago. She's filming for Tanya Bland, and she just shot an 8-point buck out of my deer stand, and wanted to know if I had a flashlight. So, but yeah, she's going to be there, and she'll be doing some guest speaking for you.
Yes, sir. And also Larry Hart of Buckmaster. He's national advisor for Buckmasters, and he's going to be there. He's coming in from Texas. We got some people coming in from Buckmasters out of Alabama also, and Lights Out Outdoors is going to be there, of course.
Yep. We'll be there. I'll have a film crew there with me. I'm going to do a little bit of speaking on what it takes to get an outdoor show started. And just for a little sneak peek, it's going to be just open your checkbook up, because it's very expensive to get an outdoor show going. But, you know, I'm super excited. I'm super stoked about it. We can't wait to get there. What all entails in this banquet? What all are you going to have going on?
And we're going to have live auction, silent auction. We got a guy coming up from Russell Springs, Double D Grilling and Barbecue. He's going to cook a big barbecue dinner, and we're going to have some hunts to give away, donated, one by Lights Out Outdoors.
Yeah, we're going to donate a hunt to whoever. Are you doing a silent auction or a live auction on the hunt?
We're going to do a live auction on that hunt.
Okay, so make sure you folks, you come out. If you would like to hunt with Lights Out Outdoor Crew, make sure you come out and open your checkbook up, because this is a great foundation, and these folks need the money. And how much this money stays in-house and how much it goes away?
We 50% stays, 50% goes national, and 100% goes locally. You know, spent.
That's great, because not only are you helping just the different kids that need to help and want to go hunting, but you're also helping local charities that need help also.
Right. And if a child doesn't want to go hunting, we'll take them fishing.
You'll do whatever they want to do.
Do whatever they want to do.
And that's great, you know, and hopefully that hunt that we're giving away, it turns out to, you know, raise a lot of money for you all, because we're going to show them a good time. And, you know, next year we're on a Pursuit channel. So whoever wins this hunt and, you know, it gets filmed, it's going to air in the Pursuit channel next year. So, you know, we're going to be real proud, and we're going to incorporate the banquet into the episode. We're just going to make it one big episode about Buckmasters and whoever wins this great prize. So hopefully it brings a lot of money.
Super.
Now, where can people actually purchase tickets at?
Oh, they can go onto our Facebook page and messages. They can call my cell number, 502-220-8248, and tickets are going extremely. We even had to rent some more tables and print some more tickets that they've gone over so good.
That's not a bad problem to have.
No,
though.
it's not. No, sir.
You know, that's the problem everybody wants when they put together something like this.
Right.
Is the fact that it's an overwhelming response, because people know what you're doing with this money,
right,
and they want to be a part of it.
Right. And we couldn't do this if it wasn't for people like you, our sponsors and donators. You know.
Oh, it's everything.
You know,
I mean,
that's
our
what
TV
makes it
show.
possible.
We couldn't do our TV show without our sponsors.
Right.
You know, it's a necessity you got to have, and that's why a relationship we're built. Right. And we can't wait to be involved with Buckmasters for here on out. So
right,
we're really excited about it.
Right. And I don't want to leave out my Vice President Randy Winters and all my committee members that volunteer their precious time, you know, to do this. And,
when we come back from break, I want to talk about what's going to be up for auction.
Okay.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. We got Steve Woods here from Kentucky Buckmasters American Deer Foundation. Now, before we went to break, Steve, we were talking about the foundation you have going on, and all your committee members and your vice presidents, and it takes a whole slew of people to pull this together.
It sure does.
Now, how long have y'all been working on this to pull this event together for next Saturday?
This upcoming event, since December last year, believe it or not.
December of last year?
Yes, sir.
Now, I know y'all went, y'all started in Kentucky in 02, correct?
Yes, sir.
And y'all went to 08.
Yes, sir.
And then y'all took a break.
Yes, sir. I had 2 open heart surgeries.
So that's a good reason to take a break.
Yes, sir.
So now you're back feeling good.
Yes, sir.
You're pumped up. You're ready to get this program back on the road again.
Yes, sir.
And it's coming up this Saturday at Shelby County Fairgrounds.
Yes, sir.
And they can contact you at 502-220-8248 or go to the Facebook page, right?
Yes, sir. It's correct.
Now, how many tickets did y'all anticipate in last December when you were putting this together? How many tickets were you thinking you'd sell? What was your goal?
200, 225.
Now, where are y'all at as of today?
We're almost at 300.
Now, what does Shelby County Fairgrounds hold?
We've already had to rent more tables, and probably we're going to do probably another 50, 60 tickets, and I'd like to sell more, but I just can't get no more in there. And we got to have a dance floor this year because we're going to have some live music.
Now, I've heard about this live music. I've been hearing a lot about it, not just from you, but from people just in the local area talking about this band. Now, who is this band and what do they play?
They're Silver Wings Band,
Okay.
and they play 90s and back country music. Keith Whitley, Waylon Jennings, Hank Sr. They're a super band, and it's for all ages. And,
Now, this event is for all ages.
Yes.
Speaking of that, you know, and I'm sure as much as you'd like to see it, I'd like to see it too. A lot of kids show up.
Yes, sir.
Because there's nothing better than seeing kids around the hunting industry, because they're so inquisitive and they grasp everything that you tell them.
And that's the future for the outdoors.
It is the future for the outdoors, you know. As we speak, my son was home shooting his bow a little while ago. He's ready to go hunting. You know, he's 13. He can't wait to get in that woods with me. Now, y'all have a really good silent auction and live auction.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you go over some of the items these folks might see out there?
We got I know our gun of the year is a Tika 270.
Okay.
We've got some tree stands, we got feeders. I've got a garage full, my bedroom, my living room. My wife will be real glad when we get all this moved out. And but I've got so much stuff, a lot of stuff donated, and I haven't had time to go through what all we got. But we do have some nice stuff.
And that's great because, you know, it's going to be silent auction, live auction. Everybody have an opportunity to get something, you know, whether you want to spend $10 or you want to spend $10,000, there'll be something there for you.
Right.
And this is a very family-oriented event. You know, the families are welcome. The live music, great food, a couple of 3 speakers. So it ought to be a really, really good time. Now, are y'all planning on doing any games or anything like that?
Yeah, we're going to have some raffles. We'll have some card games. We got actually we got a autographed Motley Crue bottle of bourbon that was autographed by Motley Crue this year.
Oh, that's really cool.
And
for the old headbangers.
yes, sir, yes, sir. And it was actually done in Eugene, Oregon, and a friend of mine was on tour with them and got that done for us. So.
Well, that's really impressive. And, you know, folks, again, it's the Buckmaster American Deer Foundation. It's going to be at the Shelby County Fairgrounds this Saturday. 50 or 60 tickets left.
Yes,
So if the folks really want to go to this, they better not wait too long.
No, and we're taking them on wheel calls. So all people's got to do is call, say I want 4 tickets, and you come to the door, we'll have them for you.
And now, what do these tickets run?
They're 40 for single, 50 for couples.
Now, what does that include?
$40 gets you a single membership, get you a year membership to Buckmasters. You get choice of 3 magazines, Buckmasters, Rack or Gun Hunter magazine, and they send you a hat and some urine and stuff like that through the mail.
That's pretty cool.
And everything. And then the couples ticket gets you 1 membership, and because some of the guys' wives don't care about
Right.
and it's a way we can keep it inexpensive for a man to bring his wife. You know, $50 is a pretty reasonable price for food. And
Does that include the food?
yes, sir.
Includes
Food,
the dinner too.
dinner.
So for $50 for a couple, I can take my wife on a date. I can feed her, and we can do a little dancing.
Yeah, that's right.
Boy, that sounds like you can't lose there.
They might let you sing.
No, I ain't gonna do that. I'll scare everybody off doing that. But I just can't get over, you know, what this program does for everybody. It's just an outstanding program, and we are just so proud to be involved with it. And I know it doesn't always work out where sometimes the kids happen to back out of the hunts before it happens.
Right.
And it's sad, you know. I like to see all these kids get the opportunity, and you know, there's not enough money to go around where you can help all the kids.
Right.
You know, it's very expensive to put one of these hunts on, especially when they're in Alabama or Georgia or Tennessee or, you know, whatever state they're in that particular year. It's very costly because the child is more times than not probably handicapped, so it's a lot of logistical stuff to get together to get that child down there. It's very costly. And I could see where if a kid wanted to do that, but it's kind of a little timid by it.
Right, and we work with other chapters.
Right.
You know, we're the only chapter in the state of Kentucky. So, say if a chapter in Tennessee got a hold of us and said, hey, we got a child, we'd like to see him, but we're running a little shy on getting him down there, and we'll donate, we'll give them money to fulfill somebody's dream.
And that's great, 'cause
and
that's what
they
you're
do
doing.
it for us in return.
That's what you're doing. You're fulfilling somebody's dream, and that goes a long way.
Right.
And you know, your whole committee members and all the committee members' spouses that had to put up with all this, you know, they're saints, because y'all are doing a great program, and Lights Out Outdoors could not be more proud to be a part of it. Can't wait till next Saturday.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be exciting. Like I said, I'm gonna bring my dad, and I'm gonna bring my son, and it's gonna be a good time.
It sure is.
So, folks, remember, you can go on the Facebook page and contact Steve that way, or you can call him at 502-220-8248. Just keep in mind, they only have, you know, a limited amount of seats left. They're already overbooked, and they're making more accommodations to try to fit everybody in. So just try to get to them as fast as you can to get your tickets. It's going to be a great time. You can come out there, hang out with us, Lights Out. We're going to have a big crew out there. It's going to be a ball. We might get up and do some line dancing or something.
There you go. I'll hold you to that.
So stay tuned. And our next guest, we got Rack Vantage coming up. And if you're into food plots, you don't want to miss this next segment. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. We got a really good guest here, Paul with Rack Vantage. Paul, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Paul is with a company that is true to our hearts for Lights Out Outdoors. We've been using this product for a couple years now, and if you're into food plots and you want to maintain your food plots and you want your food plots just to look awesome and grow big and grow quick, Rack Vantage is the way to go. I'm not sure what y'all do to this stuff, but all I know is we've been using it and we've had tremendous success. I killed a doe yesterday morning over top of this food plot.
That's awesome.
And I just got word that another staff member on our team just killed one over your food plot.
That's awesome.
So, you know, we're proud to have you all. And if you watch our show, Lights Out Outdoors TV, you're always going to see Rack Vantage's commercial on there. You'll see me and Justin talking about it. We're proud to have you all as sponsors. And we look for many years of continued partnerships in this, because it's a great product y'all have. Now, for the folks that don't know what Rack Vantage is, what's the history of Rack Vantage?
Monty's Plant Food Company was founded in the late 90s. Mm-hmm. It was originally founded for the ag industry. We have products that go on corn, soybeans, wheat, tobacco, cotton, you name it, hay and pasture. We've got products that go on it. Our products are a specific blend of 100% readily available plant foods that you foliar feed, and we've seen tremendous results across the board. During how Rack Vantage came about, we had some of our dealers that said, look, we've got guys that are putting your ag products on clovers and alfalfas. Why won't this work on my food plots? They tried it. They had tremendous success.
Works.
It does. So we've kind of had this setting on the table for a few years that dealers are telling us we need to have a food plot product. So we introduced it around 2012.
Yeah, I know, and it's only been released for 3 years now, but it's been very successful, and y'all are making rapid growth, putting it out everywhere. Now, I know you probably wear a lot of hats with the Monty C Company / Rack Vantage Company. What exactly is your title, and what do you do for them?
I'm a regional manager. I cover Kentucky, Tennessee, Southern Illinois, and Missouri. I've got reps that report to me in those markets. Our main focus is the ag market, row crops. We work with dealers, we work with growers, we work with agronomists. We go out and try to help those growers solve problems and try to enhance their crops so that they can put more money in their pocket at the end of the day.
Now, I know, I'm going to tell you a little story, and you've already heard this for people at home that hadn't know. We were out at Whitetail Haven last year doing a dove hunt.
Yep.
And he had done previous dove hunts over the year, and his sunflower heads were getting, 4 to 5 inch round sunflower heads, which was bringing in a lot of doves. He was trying to figure out a way to bring more doves in, because he's an outfitting service. He sells dove hunts, he sells deer hunts, he sells turkey hunts. So I'd been using this already on our food plots, and I called you and said, hey, how's this going to work on a dove plot? And you said, try it.
Yep.
So he went from having 4-inch to 5-inch heads to having 14-inch heads of sunflower
amazing.
seeds. And you'll see in our commercial, you'll see Louis at the very end of our commercial holding up these sunflower heads, and they are just unbelievable. They just had they brought the doves in for miles or miles. And you can see right there was Louis in the commercial right there. They're unbelievable.
Yep.
Now, I know when we used it, we put our food plots in. Monty seed is what we use.
Mm-hmm.
It was a mixture you came up for us, you and a few other guys. Who came up with that mixture?
Jim Strader and Shane Butler with Roundstone Seed.
Roundstone Seed, and of course, if you're from this area, everybody knows who Jim Strader is. He's wrote Courier Journal for 100 years. He's got his radio show that's probably one of the most popular radio shows out there. Mm-hmm. He's a friend of mine, and he's a mentor of mine. I've always looked up to Jim, and Jim's very knowledgeable on a lot of different topics. So when y'all came up to the seed, we tried the seed out, and then it didn't get, 2 inches out of the ground. We were worried about the deer just mauling it down before it had a chance to grow.
Right.
So as soon as it broke ground, we sprayed, and it went through the roof. They couldn't eat it fast enough to get it down. What are y'all putting in this, if you could even say? What does it do?
Well, like I said before, it's a specific blend of 100% readily available plant foods. There's other products on the market that they use fertilizer raw. It's in a raw material form, so that has to convert over into a form the plant can then use and convert into energy and food source. Monty's or Rack Vantage has 100% readily available plant food that is absorbed through the foliage, translocated through the plant. It gives that plant a bigger root system, which it's then able to go out and get more nutrients in the soil,
Right.
more water, plus you're also increasing the foliage.
I just know the deer eat it up.
They tear it up.
And let me tell you, we tried it on some other stuff. I was just experimenting with it, and I knew what it did on my food plots. Mm-hmm. What would it do on my garden? What would it do on my rose garden? What would it do on the flowers around the house?
It's funny you mentioned that, because when we first got started with this product, I was working with Jim, and part of our goal was during that first year was go out, get guys to try it, mm-hmm. get some testimonials, get from their word what they saw the product do, and we made some of those applications ourselves, Jim and I. So I had Rack Vantage and an ATV sprayer. When I get home, I had 42 tomato plants. I would go through there, spray them, drive around the house, hit the flowers, and they looked amazing all year long.
Yeah, what I liked about it was, it's no matter what you spray it on, it's still edible.
That's right.
There's no harmful chemicals in there
None
that's
whatsoever.
going to hurt you. Of course, if you have a garden and you spray this on, of course, when you pull it out, you want to wash it off from everything, not just this, but
Right.
bugs and everything else.
Yep.
You want to wash it and clean it good before you eat it. But it really made the whole garden just explode, which in turn brought my deer into my garden.
Right.
So, it was a win-win for both of us.
That's right.
We got some fresh vegetables and, we got some deer coming in. Now, what other products does Rack Vantage carry? Is this the only thing they have? Is just this product right now?
Currently, this is our only product. We have some other products that are in the pipeline to be named later.
And don't forget, Lights Out wants to test those for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're all about testing that product for you all.
Yeah.
If it works anything like this, we push this on everybody. And you don't have to push it hard. When I show them pictures on my phone of the food plot before and after, people are like, yeah, that's pretty convincing on how it works. When we come back from break, we're going to talk about how you add it. Can you add herbicides to it? What time of year do you want to add it? So we'll talk all about all that when we come back from break. Okay. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain, and we got Paul here from Rack Vantage. Now, tell us a little bit, when do you actually put this on your food plot, and how often can you do it?
All right. Typically, what I tell guys is you're going to put it on from green up in the spring until fall dormancy, and any time in between. As far as new seedings go, I would wait for that new seeding to germinate and come up out of the ground 3 to 4 inches so that you have enough leaf surface in order for the product to be absorbed through the leaves. But you can apply it as often as you like. You could probably do it every 3 to 4 days once a week would be probably a little more realistic.
And it won't kill it. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine, yes. And I've got some guys that are set up on maybe a 3 to 4 week schedule where they go in every 3 to 4 weeks, spray.
I'm on a 2-day schedule.
The 2 day, that's awesome, that's good.
Because, you know, I'm a firm believer in this product, and I want this stuff to really get my food plot up, because where I'm hunting at is an abundance of does.
Yep.
And they will wipe a food plot out in no time.
Yes,
you
they
got to
will.
really be careful. I've seen this one gentleman's property we're hunting, he planted beans. They never got off the ground
Yeah.
because of the doe population out there. So as soon as it got 2 inches out of the ground, I was wearing it out every other day.
That's
And
awesome.
at first I was afraid I was going to kill it or it was going to hurt it, but you know, I'd called you and said, no, it's good to go, just keep doing it. So, you know, this product is amazing.
It is. We've had great results, and you know, some of the things, not only are you going to see growth of that plant, but it increases the nutritional value of that plant. So we've done tissue analysis, sent it off, compared it, and you see higher protein levels, higher TDN levels, higher sugar content. So that animal, as he's grazing on that, is getting more nutrients for what he's feeding on. And the higher nutrients that you can provide an animal, you're going to have an overall healthier herd.
You know, going back to Whitetail Haven, their deer population wasn't that strong until they started putting these alfalfa food plots out and these other food plots and using Rack Vantage. They're seeing more deer now than they've ever seen since they've had the property. And I'm a testament to that. I've seen more deer now than I've ever seen in my food plots. It's amazing. You know, Ed Morris, a good friend of ours, and you know, he's on our staff, and he's like the guru for us on food plots. So, you know, he's really putting these food plots out for us and helping us do it. And then we're spraying his Rack Vantage, and it's just, I mean, these deer are coming from everywhere. And I got neighbors complaining they're not seeing deer
That's funny.
because they're coming to this because this is so tasty to them that they're not going to give it up.
Yep.
Now, where can people buy this product?
Well, here in Central Kentucky, your local Southern States Co-op dealership, most of them should have it. Bardstown Mills in Bardstown, Kentucky, they have it.
Go see Stan Tommy out there. They're good people,
Yes,
Bardstown
they're
Mills.
very, very good.
They're very knowledgeable, too.
Yes, sir. Yep. And if that's not close where you're at, visit us at rackvantage.com, and there's ways to contact us, contact me. And
Well, they can also contact us through Lights Out Outdoors TV.
That's right.
You know, they can always get a hold of us, and, you know, we can always push them in your direction. I can get them in contact with you, because I'm telling you, if you've never had good luck out of food plots because the deer have eaten them so quick, the way to go is this product here.
Yep.
Because we had that problem. And now we don't have that problem. So
good.
it's a good thing. You
Yep.
know, it's getting us more harvest, it's getting us more pictures in our trail cameras. Our trail cameras went from, before the food plot got put in, just using corn or mineral licks or any type of substance like that, we were going to 300-400 pictures every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And you would have 1 or 2 mature deer, a lot of does.
Right.
Now with this Rack Vantage on our food plots, the food plots are actually coming up and being healthy now. We got 1,800 pictures in the same time frame.
It's unbelievable.
And they're all out there grazing right in the middle of the food plots. And now, where I was seeing 2 mature deer, I'm seeing 7 or 8 mature deer.
Yep.
And these are deer I've never seen before.
That's great.
So I know what I'm doing is I'm pulling deer from everybody else's property that's surrounding me.
That's a good problem to have.
That's a great problem.
Right.
My neighbors don't like it, but
Right.
you know, they need to get Rack Vantage.
That's absolutely right.
So, you know, I would definitely recommend using this product on everything from your garden to your household flowers.
Yep.
Now, what is the standard procedure on mixing this? Is it concentrated? Can you add herbicides to it? Is it going to hurt it? What's the program with that?
You know, the beauty about this product is it can be mixed with an insecticide, a fungicide, if that's, or a herbicide. So a Select or a Roundup or anything like that. This product can be mixed with it with no issues whatsoever. It is concentrated, so you're going to mix 1 to 2 quarts in about 10 gallons of water to spray an acre. And if you're doing a backpack or a handheld sprayer, it's about 2 to 3 ounces per gallon of water.
And it's just that easy. You just put it in a backpack sprayer, mixing your water with it. We typically use spray on the back of a four-wheeler or spray on the back of a side-by-side.
Right.
Just because we're doing larger food plots and it would take us forever to walk with a backpack.
Right.
But, you know, we're adding our Roundup stuff that we're just buying at your local co-op and adding it right into there, mixing it in there, and time you drive around, it's already mixed up in the back. And we're just spray, spray, spray. And, you know, when you think I've found that when you think you've sprayed enough, spray that much again.
Right.
Because it's never going to hurt it. It's going to make it grow like crazy. And it's one of the best products as far as food plot enhancements that we've ever used. And having a TV show, we get approached by everybody. And when you and Jim first approached us, of course, I was a little leery about it. And you gave me a jug and said, just try it out and see what you think. You're not, you know, having any kind of binding contract. Just try it out and see what you think. So I did, and I was fully impressed with it.
You know, and that's the beauty of why I love working for this company and doing what I do is every day I don't feel like I try to have to sell anybody anything. I go out, even on a farmer, a food plot guy, whatever it is, just give it a try. Let the product speak for itself because 99 times out of 100, it's going to show the results and they're going to end up making purchases down the road.
Yeah, and they will because once they use it, even your farmers are using it on, you know, on soybeans and corn, and I mean they're using it on everything. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
And, you know, can they even use it on tobacco bases too?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's where the product really got its way into agriculture was through tobacco.
Was through tobacco.
Yes.
And I know there's a lot of farmers out in the Shelbyville and Spencer County areas and Henry County that are really using it, and they're really speaking highly of it. Well, folks, we really appreciate you attending this week with us. Thanks again, and we're going to see you next week on Wild Kentuckiana Live.